What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at a tiny little title that sort of reminds me of old Flash games that used to play on like Congregate and whatnot. This is a title made by a solo developer called Welcome Back Commander, and it's a game where you're dropping a tactical team into a zombie-infested city while resolving events on the in-between to scavenge, survive, and stay alive amidst the horde. If after watching this you wanted to check the game out for yourself, I got a link for you down below in the description. The game is still actively being updated by the developer, but let's dive on in and see if it's a good time. So here we are inside the game. This is what you're going to be interacting with kind of the most outside of combat. So basically the way the game functions is a lot like a roguelike. When you die in this game, you're dead permanently, and so keep that in mind. You start over from the beginning when you eventually get whacked. I've started out my starting classes that I've got a soldier and I've got an engineer. You get to pick from a number of different classes at the beginning of the game, and they can loot different stuff. They have different development paths as they level up and get stronger. It's up to you what you want to go with. I probably wouldn't take the medic though as a first pick. I would take either the pistol scout, I would take the shotgun guy, or I would take some combination of them and the engineer for your first two starting soldiers. Otherwise things tend to get ugly. As a fair warning, this is a pretty difficult game. I've tried to do 2 or 3 runs now, and each one has ended with failure pretty early on for the first run. Second run I made it a little bit further. Third run I made it a tiny bit further, and so we'll see how things go today. Every single day in this game is divided up into 4 phases. You've got nighttime, which gives you the camp menu. This is where you can rest your characters, raise their morale, you can level them up and make them stronger. You've got morning, which you usually get some kind of difficult decision first thing in the morning that you've got to make, whether it be getting a new character, but it costs everybody morale to bring him on, or you get a bunch of resources, but everybody gets more hungry. It kind of depends. Afternoon, we're going to make strategic choices. We're going to be targeting buildings to be raided during the nighttime phase to decide what we think is a priority to bring back home. Let's proceed to camp. The team has a camp hidden from the creature's attention. Time in this place is limited, and you can only get one objective. I can request support. That'd be nice. I can request ammo, or I can get a soldier. It doesn't tell me what kind of soldier I'm gonna get, but we don't have anybody using a pistol, so 509mm ammo is probably not going to be that helpful right now, and plus the stuff drops like candy inside of missions. 7mm is minigun ammo, and we definitely don't need that just yet, so I'll take the reinforcement, even though I don't know exactly what this guy does or what his class is. It looks like he might be a shotgunner. He's got the same colored shirt, but I can't look at equipment, I don't think, to figure out exactly what he does. So we're just gonna have to wait till we get into a mission. I would recommend that if you like double click on this or right click on this over here, a staffing menu should pop up that just gives you the full spread of what everybody does and what everybody has. But as of yet, I haven't been able to track down a menu like that. Hopefully it exists somewhere. Where do you want to concentrate? Alright, so tactical decisions. We can get 500 legendary components. Legendary components are super useful for making upgrades for your guns and weapons. You can get things like underbarrel grenade launchers, you can get sort of ACOG sights, you can get hollow sights, things like that that make your character perform better, lockpicks, all that kind of gear and stuff. Each character I think has like 7 or 8 slots once you get to the equipment menu where they can do stuff, or we can just make it so that crafting is flatly cheaper for the rest of the game. I'll probably go with that one because long term it seems like a better gain. Okay, so now we've got to decide if we want to search a dead engineer, we want to search a medic, or search a bus. Let's search the engineer, I suppose. We can loot fast and get 25 rare components. We can get 100, but our risk factor goes up. Let's just loot fast and get the 25. That'll be okay. And now we're going to be hauling out for our first mission. As you check on your team's location, the municipality map, the following possibilities are presented in front of you. Which of these locations will you choose to send your strike team to investigate under direct command? We can get food, or we can get ammunition. Tough call, because I've always been super short on food every time I've played this game. Let's go with food. We have almost 300 shotgun shells. Before you deploy to a mission, you can choose to scavenge and get a whole bunch of free resources, or you can choose to barricade up the windows, which will hold the zombies back and allow you to do your mission a little bit quicker. It's up to you what you want to go for. I'll probably go for the extra supplies because we have an engineer, which means I can kind of barricade. What do you have? You have a shotgun. Oh, this guy has an LMG. Hold up. Okay, you go over here and you watch that window. If you can, I would like for you to put a turret down somewhere around here, but I don't know if it's going to work that way. Can you barricade that? Yeah, barricade that up for me real quick, just so we have a little bit more breathing room. It looks like there's a civilian on this map. You can rescue civilians for little bonuses and things. I don't think I have the room to actually deploy a turret around here, which may become an issue as time goes along. And the turret is honestly one of the better ways to survive the mission. I guess I'll put the turret right there in case they break in, and then I'm gonna use my shotgunner to start scouting the building. We've got some food in the back ready to rock, but I want the building to be safe before I go anywhere else. First zombie's on his way in. Machine gunner, wasted him. Good stuff. That's what I like to see. Get that door open right there. Every action you do in this game, there's spiders everywhere. So our evac is over here. Let's get the evac door open. That way we can leave precisely when we want to. And then I'm going to get him to work and have him start looting a little bit where he can. And as soon as that door's open right there, I'll have the shotgunner run interference between these two windows and just try to hold back the horde. If we end up needing more guys, then I'll put more guys on it. The downside here that we have to worry about is that our weapons make noise. You see this noise meter right here? When it hits full, bad things happen. All right? Okay, so we found the exit. Let's get everybody on looting now. Oh, this guy's already, okay, this guy's already being controlled. Never mind. Sometimes you have to do like a quest for this guy in order for him to like join your team. I do wish that it added his portrait down here with like a black background. That way, or with like a white background, that way you knew he was a civvy and he wasn't going to be permanent. What were we doing over here? Let's go check this back room real quick. Hopefully there's nothing too nasty back here, but time remains to be seen. What you got for me, machine gunner? Pistol guy's doing his thing over here. That's good. Those are zombies, by the way. They're very unfriendly and they want to hurt you very badly. What's going on in here? I can fix a generator. What does fixing a generator do for me? Come fix the generator real fast. I want to see what fixing the generator does. And then we'll check this back room over here real quick. Oh, fixing the generator electrifies the barricade so the enemies take damage whenever they hit them. Okay, that's super good. We should be able to hold here for quite a bit then and just like loot everything, hopefully. Anything bad in here? Doesn't look like it. Search that real quick. I don't know what it is, but search it. A couple minutes later and they're still holding. We are on wave 12 though, and it's gonna get pretty intense pretty shortly. So what we'll probably want to do is start moving people towards the evac. They're not making it to the barricade just yet, and we've loaded enough food to hold us for a little while. I'm tempted to get greedy here, but one thing you'll notice about the world design is that they actually went all in. You can go out into the street if you want and like walk around. There's probably not going to be anything there, but there are like those zombies right there eating a guy. You can go over there and fight with them. You'll find other little environmental things happening, like helicopters flying overhead with loudspeakers, and the shadow falls over and there's like spotlights and stuff. So they actually really, for like how this game has very simple graphics, but it seems like they went all in on trying to get all those little immersive effects in there, which is kind of nice. Let's pull the ripcord on this thing because we fired a lot of ammo so far. And so let's get everybody to the evac real quick. First person to evac is always going to be the engineer because he's the slowest, so it's kind of hard to get him out. We'll get the cookout next because he's a civvy. We'll get the scout out next, or I guess the heavy machine gunner out. He doesn't even have any ammo. We need to loot a gun shop or something so we can get his machine gun all nice and ready to go. But we did manage to make it through our first mission without losing any characters, which is an achievement in and of itself. This is a game that's got a bit of a learning curve until you figure out how all the mechanics interlink with one another, and whether it's a good idea to hold your ground, or whether it's a good idea to push out, or whether it's a good idea to leave right this second. You've got to take some time and develop a sixth sense in this game for when things are in the beginning stages of falling apart, because if you choose to try to get out too late, it's going to be over for you. Let's make camp for the night. Camp is established. I think I'd like to go to the skill decks and start leveling people up. This is where you can see people's stats at. I wish you could open this at any time. For my shotgunner, what can we do for him? So we can learn hunger. That'll make his hunger meter longer. We can give him an XP bonus, or we can give him more health. Let's go with more health for right now. And then he's got another level up ready to rock. Bravery, his morale will go up. Let's give him resistance to poisons, stuns, and all those kinds of things. And we will also give him some extra stamina. This character over here, which is our engineer, will make him better at looting, I suppose. We'll give him an XP bonus. And we will make him craft a little bit better, I suppose. I can make him open doors faster. I don't know if that'll work out great just due to the fact that he's our slowest character, but I'll give that a try. Can he take another one? Oh, we'll loot faster. Alright, so I've got everybody strapped up with their skills. This guy up here got a whole bunch of a little bit of everything to kind of boost him up. I'm using him more as a scout than anything else, so I focused on like speed, stamina, getting through doors, looting, that kind of stuff. This character, he's got a little bit of building going for him, so he should erect and take down barricades a little bit faster. He'll also build his turret a little bit quicker. He's gotten faster at looting. He's gotten better at crafting ammunition. He's got a little XP bonus in there. And then this guy's only like level 4, so he just loots a little bit faster and can open doors a little bit quicker. But that'll be good enough for right now. But there are like a lot of customization things you can do with your character as long as you don't mind the fact that they're all kind of simple. The men are tired and some have light wounds. Which of these problems do you want to concentrate on? Let's go with first aid. There we go. They all got a little bit more hungry, but that's life. Strategic choices. We can search a military Humvee, or we can search apartments. Apartments gives us food. And so I'm going to go ahead and eat over here to get everybody's hunger meter filled up, because if their hunger meter goes down to 0, they basically become the most terrible version of themselves they can possibly be. I totally get it. I ate some Pop-Tarts right before I started this video up because I've noticed a marked decline in my cognition, my ability to think my way through problems, my ability to monologue, because really if you boil down what my job is, it's me talking to myself all day. I talk to myself a whole lot better when my stomach's full. As you check the team's location, we find an electronics shop, and we found a workshop. Let's go to the electronics shop. That sounds sweet. Worst case scenarios, we'll pick up a PlayStation or something, so that, you know, we've got a little bit of entertainment when we get back to the fob, and we can get some free ammunition. Oh no, we get 100 materials and 100 components, or we can barricade the windows. Or we can stealth in. It makes our meter regenerate. Costs 100 food to do it, though. Let's scavenge for extra supplies. And then your first job right here is to build a barricade. So knock that window out. Get the barricade up and running. You guys come watch this window right here. Come get that barricade ready to go. And then I didn't see what this guy said, what he wanted me to do in order for him to join my team. Alright, so engineer is good to go. We're going to have him start looting. And as you can see, he loots much more quickly than he did inside the last mission. We can probably get away with 2 people looting, just to grab what we can from the stack. And actually, there's a turret right here. There's a free turret on the ground. Build that turret real quick. That'll free you up to help looting. He's building a lot quicker too. That's nice. All right. Turrets don't generate noise meter for whatever reason. And so if you have to station your guys for a defense, you kind of want the turret to take the brunt of it, because it means you can loot for longer. The other thing we could possibly do is maybe have him deploy a turret right here so that if they do end up getting through the windows, he can at least bust a couple more shots at them in order to drop them and get rid of them real quick. It seems like most of the bad guys are coming this way through this window right here, and so I might just station a pistol guy up here to help the turret out, and then we'll see what we can loot out of this place. Also, in the meantime, let's sweep and clear the building real fast, just to make sure that there's no threats that are inside the building with us. The game does occasionally like to have a whole bunch of zombies inside a room or something around here, and we may need to fit. Yeah, I see calls for flesh down there. I don't think that's a normal human request, so I'm gonna guess that we've got some serious clearing to do over on this side. My colleagues started acting strange and I locked them in the back room. This back room? What's down this way? Doesn't look like anything just yet, but I can interact with something right there. Go interact with it. I don't know what we're trying to interact with for the moment, but try it. It doesn't actually look like I can interact in there, weirdly enough. All right, you get back over there. You break out your shotgun. Let's pop the cork on this thing. And hopefully it's not too bad inside this room. Okay, door's about to come down. I think we're probably going to be doing a lot of running and a lot of screaming and a lot of praying. Okay, fall back, fall back, fall back to there. Reload. And if you can put rounds on somebody, I strongly suggest that you do. Luckily, the shotgun's pretty good in this game, so he should be okay. What was that noise? Oh, it went crawler mode. Okay, fall back. There we go. All right, so we've got that taken care of. Can't you military men just nuke this place from orbit? That would probably be the smartest idea. An engineer can look at those plans over there. Engineer, come look at these blueprints. Figure out what they do. The infective waves are beginning to intensify. Caution is advised. Oh, cool. It gave him like an engineering level up. Hell yeah. I'll take that. What else you guys got around here? Just a bunch more rare parts. It may seem like we're gathering a lot of things right now from the numbers on the right, but the truth of the matter is we're going to need all of them because something like a hollow site will cost you like 500 components a lot of the time. But we may want to start thinking about getting the hell out of here. How's that barricade doing? It's at 97%. All right. They finished off their loot foray down here. I guess I didn't check this way. Is this the evac over here? That is the evac over there. Okay, we found the remains of Riley's colleague. You guys gather everything you physically can before we get out of here. Let's evac the civilian because that's kind of like the secondary objective of the entire game is get the civilians out. You come lockpick the door. You're the slowest, so you're going to be the first one out. Okay, door's open. Let's start evacing people and getting them out of here. So he's going to leave. We've got one guy left over here. You go first. Get out of there. And then I think we've gathered enough stuff for right now. I think we got 4 out of 5 nodes, and we also got the secondary rescue, I think. Yeah, I don't see the... Oh, there he is right there. Never mind. He's hiding under a pipe. Sir, now is not the time for hiding under a pipe. Civilians, you have limited control over them, but they will always go for the exit from what I've seen if they're inside of a certain radius of it. They don't have the heart for combat, and they just run for it and try to make it to the green zone. 24 days left. Nighttime activities. Let's see what's up. We can heal everybody, we can craft, or we can do a boot camp. Let's do some crafting since we didn't get the skill decks this time around. He's got a pistol. Technically, I could upgrade people's armors too, but I need to have legendary components for that. I actually don't have enough to buy anything for right now. Weak. I was hoping I'd have at least something. Okay, well then I guess we'll just set it where it lies then, and we'll figure it out later. To the next part. Critical decisions up first today. Make a joke and keep morale flowing. The team makes jokes and laughter can attract unwanted attention. Discipline or joking, so we can get aggro. When this aggro meter goes up, it spawns more enemies and they get more aggressive. They get faster, they get nastier, they hit harder. And so I'll probably take the morale penalty, I guess. Strategic choices over on this side. We can search a fire truck or we can search some apartments. Let's search the fire truck. I will take the 150. Oh, I can lower the aggro level. Yeah, let's do that then. We'll lower the aggro level. I mean, that's a greater meta issue versus 100 components, which we can probably get from somewhere else. A greenhouse or a pharmacy? We're a little bit low on pistol ammunition. Let's go for the greenhouse. I've never seen that map before, so I want to see what the greenhouse map looks like. We can do 3 things. We can scavenge for supplies, we can get stealth, or we can barricade the windows. I mean, it's a greenhouse, so the whole thing's gonna be like one giant window, right? That's what a greenhouse is, like a box made out of windows. Let's go for the materials, I guess. And then let's have people run around and figure out... Okay, so we've got barricades over here. The good news is that window right there is going to be easy to defend. Shotgunner, you start doing your thing, buddy. We're almost out of pistol ammo, so we're probably going to use the pistol guy to do most of our stuff this time around. What's inside of there? Anything good? You barricade up that window. Looks like crafting parts, actually. Good. We could use some more crafting parts. It looks like they can search that shelf right there, too. You go ahead and get your turret down, like, right there. Oh, there's no bad guys in here, dude. Get your shotgun out. No bad guys in here just yet. It looks like there's something I can interact with. Only an engineer can do that. There's also spots that, like, only a medic can loot, like, only this or that guy can loot. Just kind of depends. The turret doesn't look like it's doing anything right now. So let's just put the shotgunner up here. The turret looks like it's out of ammo, so it must have been draining my pistol ammo while it was firing. See if we can open. There's blood coming under the door right here. I hate that. There's zombies in there, too. Okay, beautiful. So have the engineer fall back. We're going to do what we can over here. Oh, they went for the barricade instead. Nice. Okay, so this room should be clear. You hang out right there. You get to looting that. And what's going on inside this room? Search the desk real quick. Let me know what you find. 25 loots inside of there. Might be helpful. He already got the loot over on this side. So let's have him fix the barricade real quick so that the shotgunner's covered. Alright, barricade's mostly repaired. I do think that we need to get the generator turned back on down here so that the network will be up. I think that's what they want me to do. That's it. We can connect all the computers to the network, allowing us to download the data. Hell yeah. Hopefully the data is useful. You get to looting real quick. Network panel's now working. Who knew that we were going to be doing a little bit of that old Network Plus work here today? Oh, only a medic can download the data? Oh, only a medic can loot that too. Okay, come back here and get the fragile stuff. You keep putting scowl on the enemy, but we're going to keep an eye on that barricade just in case. I'm going to have the engineer fix the barricades over here because they are getting a little bit thin. He's wiped out the enemy on that side, but without somebody to watch the window, I get the feeling this is going to get ugly real fast. We'll just snatch and grab what we can and then be on our way, I think. Because I think they're about to get through the barricade. Okay, aggro's up. There's a hunger penalty for going through here, but I don't much care about that. Everybody out. Come on. Everybody out. Everybody out. Yep. Okay. Everybody's out of the building, and we're on day 23. Pistol ammo is going to be a big problem. We got to figure that out. I haven't gotten a gun store or like a military camp or anything that will allow me to fix that problem just yet, and so I'm a little bit worried. And we do have level ups to do. Everybody leveled up once. We will give the shotgunner close combat damage. Does that work for guns? I guess we'll find out. He's got pretty solid skill in it, so we'll make it a little bit better. It looks like it's karate. It looks like it's a fist fighting guy over there. Okay. Let's get bigger line of sight for him since he's usually cruising around. This character over here has a ton of things that we can add. Let's get a little bit more damage resistance, I suppose. We will make this character build faster. We will make him lockpick. And it looks like that's about all he can do for right now. 6 points on this guy. So we're going to give him looting. We're going to give him precision. Yeah, +2 damage to all ranged weapons. I'll take that. Let's make him loot a little bit faster. We will go with a little bit more accuracy so that he hits his shots. We'll get 2 more damage to his ranged attacks. And I'm feeling pretty good about the situation now. It says they still got a skill point left, but I think they're hard capped by the amount of slots they have based on their own personal level. So unfortunately, I can't spend those yet. Ah well. Let's see what the morning has for us. What do we want to concentrate on? We can get 500. I need the 9mm ammo. Like, that solves a problem that I was beginning to panic about because my turrets are not functioning right now, and not having anything that can watch the entry points to rooms so that my guys can all get down looting seems to be our main problem at the moment. Let's search the military truck and see what we find inside of it. So there's 57mm ammo, or 300 if we wanted to. Let's take the 300 because one of my characters can't even use his LMG right now because he can't reload it. And then our tactical deployment will be a pharmacy or a workshop. Fair enough, but this is a good place to stop off. I think the game is fine. Like, it's the perfect example of a little tiny game that I would expect a solo developer to make sort of in their free time when they have a day job or whatever else. I think the game does manage to cultivate a sense of intensity when you're sweeping through a building, but you're hoping that your front line that's out at the windows trying to hold the zombies back holds as well. I do think that it gives you some interesting choices when it comes to resource management. I think its biggest problem is just that it's paced a little bit weirdly. At least that's the way that it feels to me. So inside of every single mission, you've got these long pats of time where you're just looting, and there's not really anything going on while you're doing that. You're just sitting there looting and picking stuff up. And it does create these big chunks of the mission that aren't necessarily quite as engaging. I think that also transfers over to the tactical choices and the random events that are in between missions. I think they would have been a lot more immersive and a lot more setting. It would have built the setting a little bit better if you had an overmap of a city and you had a little pixel helicopter that actually flew around and you had to fuel it and decide where you wanted to go in order to evac people, rather than the events just sort of coming up as text events or whatever right here in sort of this static base that we're inside of. But at the end of the day, I think it's a fine game. I think it's okay. I think it's fine. I think it does have the bones and the framework to be something really, really great, though, if you just keep adding onto it and work on the immersion, like a lot more immersive elements inside of the game, because it seems like it's leaning in that direction, but it's just got to hit it a little bit harder, and I think they'll be off to the races. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so that you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, it was Welcome Back, Commander. Tomorrow will be something else. Bye, folks.